and we're late as usual. But we are here, Boxing Media Hub, proudly sponsored by Falcon Contracting and Jam's Boxing Chat. With us with me as always, I've got my right-hand man. It depends on where you're looking at the screen.
Which side am I?
And on the other side, we've got Sweden's best. We've got Håkan. How you doing, boys? Everyone good?
Perfect, mate.
I'm all
How
good.
are you, Håkan?
Honestly,
I'm all good. Thank you.
Absolute spot on. Lovely to have you here. We're going for a live prediction show today. Just a quick one. I just want to dedicate this show to my dear friend Michael. We found out today that he'd passed away on Friday. So it's a big shout out to Michael up there, watching up there. He was a big supporter of the channel and a big supporter of life in general. So, do you know what? Big shout out to Michael. This one goes to you, mate. So, Charlie Edwards versus Thomas Essomba. Now, this, for me, this is no given. Charlie Edwards, 21 fights, 19 wins, 1 no contest. Can't forget that one. And 7 knockouts. Charlie was last out in April against George's Ori. Good fight, actually, to be fair.
Watch along, didn't we?
Yeah,
we did a watch along for that one.
Really good fight, which was a win, unanimous decision. I think that was a Channel 5 job.
It was.
And
this one.
This is it, mate. Thomas Essomba, 22 fights, 13 wins, 1 draw, and 4 knockouts. He was last out in February against Eli Conky, which was a win on split decision. This is for the EBU European Bantamweight title at York Hall, Bethnal Green, in London, in the UK. What a venue. What a cracking fight to be at this venue. Really, really good card. This is probably, in my opinion, Charlie's toughest opponent since the 18-month layoff. He kind of went away for a bit, reevaluated things, and he's come back. I think this is the toughest test since the comeback. Thomas Essomba, no mug in the slightest. Very tough workhorse style guy, isn't he? He will give it to you for as long as he's there. And I think that's just his work ethic. Håkan, we're going to chuck this one at you first, my friend. How do you see this one? Edwards versus Essomba.
First, I'm team Son Edwards here.
Yeah, that as well.
That's why it's called Family Feud, isn't it? It's Family Feud.
Yes.
Obviously, he lost to Sonny and he's trained by Sonny.
I like Thomas Essomba a lot. He's from Sheffield, and I've been in Sheffield a lot in the last few years. And I was at the Thomas Essomba fight in February at the GBM show, when he won on split decision, when he defended the European title there. And I think that this fight will be I hope that Thomas Essomba wins, but I think Charlie Edwards is a little bit too good for Thomas Essomba. So I will go for a close decision win for Charlie Edwards, but I hope Thomas Essomba wins.
So do you think, Håkan, when you say he's that little bit better, do you think sort of technically Charlie's those levels above in regards to sort of technically gifted, where Essomba comes for war, doesn't he?
If Charlie Edwards can get back to 60-70% what he had. I was at the Charlie Edwards Angel Moreno fight for the World Flyweight title in 2019, and he won more or less every round in that world title fight. So if he could get just to 70% of that, I think he's too good for Essomba.
Yeah. I was there as well, Håkan. Jam, what's your thoughts, mate? Chris Welch, evening, lads. Hope you're well.
They got Christopher.
We'll go to Chris after you, so you can't nick his idea. After you, Jam.
Okie dokie, mate. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Håkan. Both men are very good fighters. I agree with Håkan 100% that Charlie is a lot more skillful. He's definitely the more skillful fighter, but I'd say Essomba's the more likable fighter because he's got that dog in him, that warrior. He likes to go to war, whereas Charlie's more keep it on the jab, slick boxer. Both men have only been stopped once. It was Lee McGregor, wasn't it, who stopped Essomba the only time? And John Real Casimiro, I believe, was the only one who stopped Charlie Edwards. And that was back in 2016.
Yeah.
So it's a good fight, this. But I would say, just like Håkan said, Edwards is a bit of a level above. So I'm going to go UD, though, not a split. I'm going to go UD, Charlie Edwards on this one.
Yeah, I think this is a tough fight. I know a lot of people probably saw this fight when it went out. We know what Thomas Essomba's all about, but there's going to be people out there that don't necessarily know Thomas Essomba as much because Charlie kind of, known because of Sonny, or Charlie because of being Charlie down the line. But Thomas is as you say, he's a workhorse. He's a real tough guy, and I think he'll give a real hard night's work here. He's not going to give up this European without a proper dogfight. And like Chris said, it's a 50-50 fight for me. Very strange, especially when Sonny is in Thomas's corner. That don't surprise me in the slightest.
Sonny beat him as well. Sonny also beat him. Sonny beat Essomba and is now training. That's why this show's called Family Feud.
But at the same time,
Sonny's fighter against Charlie.
You got to think at the same time, what a person to have in your corner, knowing what your brother's like. Do you know what I mean? That's
talk about an insight.
Yeah, he's got an insight into both of these guys. So he knows the Thomas Essomba flaws, but he also knows his brother's flaws. There's a lot on this, but I don't know what's going on with Sonny and Charlie at the moment. They seem in a better place than they used to be, but you never know. It's like, as you say, it looks like the Gallagher brothers.
There were actually talks about a fight between the two at one point. There was talks that Charlie and Sonny were going to meet up and fight in the ring.
Yeah.
It would have been the first two brothers to ever do so because Klitschko's never got round to it, did they?
Or probably by the local Tesco Extra. One of the two.
Yeah, in the back of the Wetherspoons. Back of the local Weathers.
That's it, mate. In the car park. Charlie Edwards on points. My prediction, he will just do enough. Charlie Edwards would have watched how Thomas did against Sonny all them years ago, while Sonny, will know how both of them fight. Evening, lads, says Liam Tully. Thomas,
Liam, bro.
Favourite for me. Charlie's still in a comeback trial. It could be a fight or two soon for me. I really like Charlie. I'm a big fan of both guys, but I do like Charlie. But I'm with Liam. I think this is a tough one, and I know where Thomas Essomba's at. Mindset is going to be drilled on this fight. Where for me, I don't know. Charlie's going to want to get back to the top, isn't he? He's going to want, once you taste the world level, you only want world level. And is he going to be looking beyond Thomas Essomba with this European shot? Is he going to be overlooking him? I just think is he going to have both eyes focused on Thomas Essomba? Or is he going to have that one eye thinking, if I win this, I'm in that position where Thomas is just going to think, I'm going to beat Charlie Edwards. What a name.
Joel, I'd agree with that completely, but because of the fact that Sonny's in Essomba's corner, that just adds a little bit more fuel to the fire. And I think that's going to get Charlie completely focused. And that's why I think Charlie's going to take it, because I just think he's not going to want to lose to his brother's fighter. A fighter that his brother's beaten as well. The last thing he's going to want, because imagine the shame in the family. I know it's no real shame because Sonny's world level, of course, but in the minds of two brothers, you don't want to lose to your brother's Casper, who has already beat Andy Trains,
But is that the worry that you're going to be too focused on your brother rather than what's in front of you? That's my, and for me, I think Thomas wins this one. I genuinely think he'll dogfight, and he's, like you say, heart on your sleeve fighter. He will go. 100%. He will go at you, and he'll keep going. You're gonna have to stop him. Like you say, he's only been stopped once by a good operator. So
yeah, definitely.
it's a big ask here. I'd love to say it's just going to go. It could go either way, but I'm not going to say it. It's going to be Thomas. Don't you laugh. It's Thomas Essomba. Even Hawkan laughed at me for that one. Goodness sake. Chris, by the way, nothing wrong with Sonny managing Thomas. My issue, just him fighting Sonny's brother makes it awkward. Yeah,
It does.
100%.
It adds that little bit of spice to the mix, doesn't it?
Liam said, I've always loved Charlie as well, but he's had one 10-rounder under Stephen Smith. Said himself after the fight he was off the pace and not at the level we wanted to be at and jumped into this fight. Don't blame anyone for going for Thomas to win. Either it was hard to call for me because of Sonny involvement, but I think Charlie is better. Just
a smidge.
Yeah.
Just a smidge. More skillful.
Let us know in the comments how you see this one at home. This is a tough one. Live on Channel 5, which is an absolute beaut, right at the end of the month, last Friday of the month, I believe.
27th, from your call, Bethnal Green, London.
That's the one. Tune in, enjoy it. But it's not time to go yet, is it, Jam?
Not just yet, no,
Yes,
because
please.
Hawkan has genuinely and generously donated a ticket to this fight to one lucky viewer. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to, anyone who can actually make it to London on the 27th of September, obviously this month, send your comment in. Make sure you subscribe to Boxing Media Hub. And what we're going to do is on Friday, we're going to do a live show at 7 p.m. and we're going to write down every name that enters and we're going to pick it out live so you can see there's no foul play. Whoever puts their name in, you will be in the hat for the draw as long as you subscribe to Boxing Media Hub. So if you're not already, subscribe now. Thank Hawkan for his generosity. Thank you, Joel, for the channel and the platform. And we will pick a winner for a free ticket to this fight on Friday this week. God bless.
Yeah. And like we say, hit the subscribe button and check out the rest of the content as well. You can stick your comment in live or after the video anytime before we go live on Friday. So you've got a whole week to do this, guys. Crack on, get it done, and we will see you soon. Hawkan, absolute pleasure as always, our boxing encyclopedia. And Jam, thank you very much, brother. And
always a pleasure, brother.
You know what to say.
Have some of this.
Have it. Take care. God bless.
Bless y'all.
Have it.